Good afternoon. My name is Shiloh Lawrence, and I'm going to be your instructor this semester for Calculus 3. Calculus 3 is one of my favorite classes, and I absolutely love to teach it. So hopefully some of my love and enthusiasm will rub off on you a little bit this semester. So all of you have already taken and passed Calc 2. Congratulations, because Calculus 2 is by far the hardest of the 3 calculus courses. You should have a little bit of an easier time this semester with Calculus 3. I like to say it's back to Calculus 1, except we're going to extend Calculus 1 into 3 dimensions, into 3-dimensional space. And there are some things from Calculus 1 that need to be tweaked a little bit in order for us to do that. So some concepts will be very familiar. You might just see a little twist on them so that we can use them in 3 dimensions. And if you've already started the assignments for week number 1, you will notice that we're starting right with an introduction to vectors. And vectors are an integral part of Calculus 3. We're going to be using them in almost every single chapter. So be careful with this first chapter. If you're not understanding vectors, make sure to reach out and get some help, or look for some additional resources, ask for some additional resources. Vectors are going to be really important to understand moving forward this semester. So I just wanted to send you a quick welcome video and go over a few things that are what I feel are really important to get you started off strong in this online course. Even though it's an online course, I teach on campus full-time, and I'm here all day, every day. And I'm also prone to answer really late night and weekend emails, even make an instructional video if you need. So if you're on campus, my office hours are over here on the right-hand side of our Moodle page. I'm in class all day on Tuesdays and for most of the day Thursdays. So my office hours this semester are Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm in the math tank in the morning, and then I'm in my office for the afternoon. I am also happy to schedule some online time if anybody would like to meet me outside of those hours, or you don't want to have to travel to campus. I've got a nice setup with my tablet where I can Zoom and share the screen, and I've got a whiteboard that I can write on, and it'll be like I'm sitting there right with you. So just let me know if you'd ever like to schedule that. I'm happy to do that. The first few items you're going to see on our Moodle page is a link for announcements. I rarely use the announcements link because I prefer to send emails. I feel like it's something that's checked more regularly, and it will get your attention more quickly. So you don't need to worry about checking this announcements link. If there's anything important that I need to tell you, it'll be posted under one of our weekly Moodle blocks, or there will be a separate email. So make sure you check your email as much as possible. We suggest at least once a day. For everybody, that's not always possible, but you definitely need to get in the habit of checking it as close to once a day as you possibly can. Our very first requirement for this course is the enrollment verification activity. So for online classes, this is how we record your first day of attendance. And this is really important information for federal reporting and financial aid. So make sure you do your enrollment verification activity. That confirms that you're a real person taking the class. And there's also an online orientation and a certificate that you can upload to show that you've done your online orientation. One thing that I will tell you, and keep this in mind, that online orientation is good for a full year. So in the spring, you won't have to do it again if you're enrolled for an online course. So if I were you, I would keep that orientation certificate in your Google Drive. That way you can find it quickly in the spring and not have to repeat that online orientation. Once you complete your enrollment verification activity and your online orientation, a few different blocks will pop up. And I'm going to have to change my view in just a second. The first one is the MyLab Math student links. MyLab Math is the program that's going to be used for all of our homework assignments and our tests. Every single week there will be something for you to do in MyLab Math. You also have a block for online learning resources. There are some links in there to a couple of websites that have some really good Calculus 3 supplementary materials, including my YouTube page, Professor Leonard's YouTube page, the entire Khan Academy Calculus 3 course, some graphing paper, things like that. And I've not done the online orientation, so everything is locked for me. So I'm going to have to go to an instructor mode to show you the rest of it. So the third block that's going to come up is week number 1, August 15th to the 21st, which is now. So every single week, a new block will appear showing you exactly what sections of the textbook we plan to cover that week. I will have lecture videos posted that you can watch and learn the different techniques from the chapter. Although these videos are directly from YouTube and I can't necessarily monitor that you are watching them, all of them in completion, I will very commonly refer you back to a video if I'm starting to get some questions that I know were covered in the video. So it is a very good idea to watch these lecture videos. There's one thing I'm working on this semester. I've had students in the past say some of them are a bit too long. So I'm working this semester to try to cut a few of them down. But I think all of these are pretty good. I think all of them are about 15 minutes or less. So I'll always have a read section that shows us the sections of the textbook that we're covering, a section that says watch with some links to lecture videos. Most of those videos are videos of me covering the material. Some of the videos might be of other famous YouTube mathematicians, just because I love the way that they explain it, or some of them have some really nice graphics software that make some of the concepts much easier to understand because they've got some really nice visuals that go along with them. So the videos are always a great place to start your week off. There will always be a discussion, although the discussions are not a direct part of your grade. The discussions are going to always be posted based on the sections that we cover that week. And this is an opportunity for you to discuss with your classmates what we're doing that week. If you're stuck on anything, you can ask for help. Maybe one of your classmates found a really great video that explains the concept better than me, which is absolutely a possibility. Or that might find some additional resources that are helpful in understanding the topics. So this is a place for you to share all of that information specifically for the sections in that week. I will check on this forum every other day to see if there's anything that I can contribute to or any questions that I can answer. But it's important for you guys also to help each other. So like I said, this is not a direct part of your grade. If you look at the syllabus, there's nowhere in there where discussion boards are mentioned as a grade. But what I use these discussions for is at the end of the semester, if you've got a borderline grade, I'm going to look to see if you did any participation in the discussions to help with some extra credit to push you over. So if you know that you're one of those people who very often asks for some extra credit at the end of the semester, I'm going to give you this opportunity from the very beginning. Participate in those discussions, and I will be happy to give you a little bit of extra credit if your grade is right out on the border. The last section of resources that you're going to see in each of the Moodle block is a section that says complete. These are the assignments that are going to be graded for that week, and they're always due by Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. So for this week, and these assignments are all due Sunday, August 21st by 11:59 p.m. There is a MyLab Math assignment, and I'm going to open up MyLab Math in just a minute to show you. There's also a Google form. Nope, sorry, this is a Padlet. There's a Padlet where you can introduce yourself to your classmates, and we've got some people who have already participated, so thank you so much. And then the other link is the student information questionnaire, this Google form. And this just provides some contact information in case I ever need to get a hold of you. Sometimes the contact information is either missing or it's old in our system. I also like to know what your future plans are. Sometimes I can help in these situations. A lot of our students who take the calculus sequence are engineering students. And here at Nash Community College, I'm the engineering transfer advisor. So if you are planning on getting a bachelor's degree in engineering, I encourage you to reach out to me if you have any questions about academic advising or transfer, anything like that. All right, so that third item, the MyLab Math homework, you are going to go to MyLab Math student links in order to access that, and you are going to click on all assignments. Every assignment that is available for you to work on will pop up on that page. So right now we just have one assignment. The next assignment I will try to have up by Sunday in case anybody finishes a little bit early and wants to go ahead and get started while they still have the weekend. I'll always try to have the next week posted a day or two early. If you're new to MyLab Math, what this is, it's a series of questions that are directly related to the sections that we're working on in the textbook. I have hand selected these questions because these are the questions that I feel like represent a good majority of the most important stuff in sections 13.1 through 13.3. If you start right off in question 1, I want to show you a couple of things that you have access to while you're doing your homework. Down at the bottom left of the screen, there is a button that says Help Me Solve This. If you have absolutely no clue what to do and you don't even know where to start, you can click on the Help Me Solve This button and it will walk you through step by step exactly how to work out this problem. The only drawback is when you're done with that and you close that window, your problem is going to change. So you don't get a tutorial exactly on how to do your problem and then you just get to type the answer in. It's a tutorial on how to do this problem, and then they're going to give you a different one to try on your own. If you choose the View an Example button, you will get a pop-up of a similar problem, and you will get some detailed instructions on how to solve the similar problem. And this will keep your problem exactly the same, so you don't have to worry about your problem changing. And some of these also have some additional help available. There is a short video available showing an instructor talking through a similar concept, if not the exact problem. If you click on the textbook option, a copy of our electronic textbook will open, but it only opens to the first page of the section where this concept is covered. It won't open directly to the page where you can read exactly on this exact example. And then the third option there says Ask My Instructor. What that's going to do is it's going to generate an email with a screenshot of your problem. And I'll get an email saying Pearson support, such and such student is requesting help on homework 1, problem 5. And then when I open up the email, I'll see a screenshot of the exact problem that you're working on. That's really helpful for me when you're working on homework, for me to see that screenshot right away. Otherwise, I have to write down what problem you're working on. I have to log into MyLab's Math. I have to go specifically to your homework assignment and look it up because everybody's problems are slightly different. So if you have any specific questions directly related to a homework problem, I encourage you to use the Ask My Instructor button. And you are always welcome to email me if you get stuck on anything. I am happy to help and nudge you in the right direction, give you some an algorithm to follow, some steps to get you started. Or if you've already got it done and it's wrong and you want a second set of eyes to maybe find a mistake, I'm happy to do that. Yep, all you have to do is reach out. So this is our MyLab Math. This is what our homework's going to look like. It's usually going to be 20 homework problems a week as well. Some of them are repeats because it's a really important concept that I want you to practice multiple times. It's never going to be 20 completely different concepts and completely different problems. So your job is to watch the lecture videos, take really good detailed notes about the concepts and also about the examples that are being worked in the videos, and then you see if you can work your own 20 problems based on what you have learned. Those notes are really important when you watch those lecture videos, because when it comes time to take the test, you will be allowed to have handwritten notes on your desk for the test. You are not going to be allowed to browse the internet. You're not going to be allowed to use any computer or software resources, but any handwritten notes that you have taken, that you have down on paper, you will be allowed to use on your test. So please get in the habit of watching those lecture videos and taking really good notes. I would even make a section in my notebook for writing down all the work I'm doing on the homework problems, because you're also going to find that your test problems are pulled directly from your homework. These problems that I'm picking are really important. I'm not just giving you busy work. These are the important things that you need to know. And if you have any questions about that, reach out and I'm happy to clarify. So that's a quick little overview of our Moodle page. Everything's going to be done straight from the Moodle page. In a couple days, week number 2 will pop up. One other important piece of information about the MyLab Math homework assignments. There is a due date. Every week they're due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. However, they are going to be left open for you to continue to work on them past the due date for a penalty. So if you're only able to get like 80% of it done, you can continue working on the rest of it past the due date and still get credit for the 20% that you didn't finish, but it just won't be full credit. You will get full credit for everything you finished by the due date. But this way, it's going to be easier on me, I think, to not have to constantly go back into individual student accounts and reset individual assignments. This way, everybody has access to everything all semester long. It's your responsibility to get it done by the due date. If you don't, that happens. I miss my due dates all the time. We just keep working and we get every last bit of credit out of it that we can. It is wonderful to have each and every one of you this semester, and I hope that this video eases your stress a little bit and makes you a little bit more comfortable and ready to jump on into the course content. We do have an assignment this week, so make sure you get started right away, and I look forward to hearing from all of you. Have a great day and a great semester.